Elite mode is one of the hardest modes in TDX for even organized teams, but what if you tried winning with purely random teammates? Random teammates meaning those teammates you find in lobbies that place towers awfully, can't farm, can't communicate, actual trap. You get my point. This is gonna be pretty tough, so let's get right into the video. But before that, consider subscribing, it's free and no! So going into the first attempt, I had no idea how elite mode looked, so although I had farm, I decided to play it safe and defend. My one teammate placed a shotgunner, meanwhile I placed an operator, making for a good mix of splash and single target damage for the early waves. We were doing pretty good till wave 3, so I figured I'd place a farm down for money. Wait, how is this a farm?
Always has been.
Everything was going good, but then we went from wave 6, having 27 HP zombies, to wave 7's 165 HP zombies, that's a pretty big difference. We needed crowd control ASAP, but I only had 600 cash, so I placed another operator that barely made any difference, to be honest. To top it off, hiddens were coming right behind them on wave 8, and we did not have a single tower with hidden detection. Things were not looking good, so we set up a defense at the back to hold them off. With a mix of 2 operators and 1 missile trooper, we had a solid defense, with the hiddens being cleared really smoothly. Next came the chain zombies, but the missile trooper splash damage made for a perfect counter against them. Another problem quickly popped up though. Due to skipping a ton of waves, a 260 HP mutated zombie popped up like 10 seconds later. These are not like normal zombies though. After being defeated, the attached zombie gets yeeted off and starts running, making for a pretty annoying enemy. We only had 1 tower dealing with it, so we ended up having to tank a bit of HP. Meanwhile, we were barely surviving. As expected from a random, this guy just kept farming and had not placed a single tower besides farm yet. Bro. Skipping to wave 15, 2 new enemies popped up. Guess which was the bigger problem? A giant knight with over 1000 HP that looks pretty strong. Or B, some stealthy boys. Yup, it's B. None of us even realized they leaked, so not exactly the best first attempt. Attempt 2, I actually had an idea how the wave layout looked, so I made a strategy. 2 of us would farm whilst the other 2 would defend, and if we leaked it would be fine, as with 250 HP we had some room to tank damage. This time our defense was way better, with us already getting a missile trooper on wave 6 and me having 3 farms this time. We cleared the chain zombies easily, but a few hiddens managed to leak on wave 9, but I got an operator down to finish them off. Things were going really good with us chilling with emotes. The emotes are incredible, I know. Skipping to wave 16, I had a ton of farms and our defense was surprisingly good, with missile troopers hard carrying with the splash damage. Wave 18, a multiplier zombie spawned. Instead of duplicating itself, it duplicates all the zombies around it the second it gets defeated. And that's not all. The duplicated zombies are even faster than the defaults too, so things can turn bad pretty quickly. The missile troopers were just obliterating them though, so we were not too worried about it. Wave 19, I tried maxing out my cryo blaster, which is actually the only tower that can slow down zombies as of recording. So that's cool. No. Soon after, the first boss spawned, Revived Boss 2, which is actually a reference to the Boss 2 from Tower Battles, one of the oldest Roblox tower defense games, but yeah, we overpowered it soon after. Now wave 20 is where the difficulty really starts to spike. Some hazmat zombies spawn, and I mean, they're not really anything to talk about. Now these guys are where the problems start coming in. Abomination spawned with not only high speed, but also nearly 3k health. I tried upgrading a cryoblaster to slow it down, but like the mid levels took inspiration from Freezer or something, cause it did nothing. Thankfully, due to missile troopers' OP range, it eventually got finished off. Okay, that was tough enough, but the next wave we got double the abominations. 2 managed to leak past our front, so with what we could, we built a defense at the back. Things were going south, but our one teammate managed to get a maxed operator down to spawn a Humvee, which helped take it down. Okay, nice, now we can chill. Bro. Maxed missile troopers, cryoblasters, I placed them all, and somehow we held our ground. Then one of the most annoying enemies popped up, radioactive zombies. These guys are fully immune to freezing, making Cryoblaster unironically more useless than Freezer. Not that it matters though, the duplication zombie made like 100 zombies duplicate and there was just no stopping them. It was a decent improvement, but jeez, that was tough. Okay, it was time for some upgrades. I finally unlocked Sniper, so I was feeling pretty good about the next attempt. Going into attempt 4, it turns out my teammates had Rangers and Shotgunners, and I somehow thought that was okay. It was in fact not okay. Attempt 5, things are rough with our defender not only placing Ranger, but also placing it awfully. Our other teammate meanwhile was keeping morale high with support the whole game. Very wholesome. Third guy was actually pretty chill though, so at least it wasn't too bad. After somehow reaching wave 17, we had a really good amount of farms, although a somewhat lacking defense. Wave 20, the revived boss managed to leak, but this is where I started using Sniper. Okay, so you might be thinking, Kinu, what is that trash placement? But one word, Pierce. See, Ranger can shoot through enemies, dealing up to 4 times the damage, and with such a straight path, that's basically guaranteed each shot. Wave 21, I finally maxed it and it just starts shredding enemies, with it dealing over 800 damage each time it pierces 3 enemies. I placed another one and maxed it soon after. This attempt was looking promising, but again on wave 25, 12 duplicated Algamations speedrun to our base, ending the attempt. Only in TDX. That was funny, right, guys? Okay, so I retried 5 more times and failed to, I don't know, wave 25 every single time. Okay, more like half the runs, but like, either way, to summarize in one word, pain. So after some grinding off camera, including 5 more unsuccessful attempts and grinding intermediate mode for 2 days straight, I finally got the Juggernaut Tower, the highest DPS tower available right now as of recording. This time I tried the oil rig map, with it being one of the longest maps in the game. Before the mode started, we had a mini strategy meeting where we decided on having 1 farmer and 3 defenders, but I lied about having no early game towers, so hey, that turned to 2 farmers. Early game went by with a lot of leaks, but I started defending on wave 7 to smoothen the waves out. Skipping to wave 13, Ario got a Juggernaut shockingly early, which finally stopped the zombies from leaking through. Though, just as things were starting to look easy, on wave 15 a rush of hiddens came by, and our Juggernaut did not exactly have hidden detection. I upgraded my Sniper, but it was not chipping away nearly enough to stop them all, so things were not looking great. As a last front, I placed the Sniper right at the back and upgraded it as much as I could to stop the speedy hidden, and somehow, by a sliver of 12 HP, we survived. The other hiddens were still a problem though, and my team was really slow on placing towers, so this was looking bad, but then thankfully my teammates clutched up and we avoided losing. Waves 21 to 23 were pretty chill, with me just getting multiple Juggernauts down with no real issues. Wave 24, both DJs got maxed, increasing the fire rate of towers by up to 60%, which is insane. But now it was time for wave 25. The Horde rushed us with the early multipliers, but we held our ground really well and finished the wave with shocking ease. Wave 27 meanwhile was just a preparation wave, with me upgrading my Juggernauts, and just before the wave ended, I managed to fully max one of them. Finally, after 14 attempts, I had reached the final wave 28. With an HP of 170,000, the revived Plague Doctor spawned. This is gonna be sped up footage in case you wanna see the boss fight, but feel free to skip. Jeez, that boss was way too easy. 1.69k likes, and I'll try and do something crazier on expert mode. See you on the next one.